Hello everyone, at this part we are going to introduce the WLAN security configuration. The first is about the Fat AP. And no matter WEP encryption, PSK access authentication, and IEEE 802.1x access authentication are all available right now. The three modes cannot be configured at the same time, and an appropriate mode can be selected based on the actual application scenario. And the WEP encryption is used in small WLANs with low security requirements. And the PSK access authentication is based on pre-shared keys and is suitable in some small and medium-sized enterprise networks or home networks. And the last, IEEE 802.1x access authentication is based on ports. And that's the section we have introduced it. It's suitable for some networks with high security requirements or unified management requirements. Okay, and then we will introduce the configuration commands of these authentication types. First, configure the static WEP encryption mode. WSEC1, we have created a security profile, which number is 1. Security static web key encryption 40, ASCII 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a mandatory command, which is used to enable the static WEP encryption mode and configure the WEP key. The key actually is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and next, security static WEP key authentication share key. This is an optional command. It's used to enable the static WEP encryption mode. The default link verification mode is open system link verification. While after using this command, you will use the shared key verification during the link verification. Okay, and then next, the PSK authentication configuration for Fat APs. Firstly, WLAN sec1 is the same. Create a WLAN security profile. And then security WPA enable. Configure the WPA or RCN authentication modes. RCN actually is the same as WPA2, right? And the next, security WPA cipher AES enable. Set the data encryption mode for WPA authentication to WES, right? And the TKIP or AES mode are supported. And the next, security WPA AKM PSK enable. Set the WPA access authentication mode to PSK and set the PSK password to be 1234568. And the command is security WPA AKM PSK set key ASCII 1234568. Right. And the length of the key here should be greater than 8. Okay, this is about the PSK authentication configuration. And the next is about the 802.1x. Actually, the configuration of 802.1x authentication is complex. And here, what we are paying attention to is the configuration on the AP. WLAN sec1, security WPA enable, and the security WPA cipher AES enable, security WPA AKM 802.1x enable. The last command is to configure the .1x authentication mode in the WLAN security mode. And except the authentication on the Fat AP here, we should configure the third-party server, for example, configure radio server. Okay, but radio server is not the network device in this part, so the configuration is not mentioned in this slide. Okay, this is about the configuration of 802.1x. And the next is about the ARP Guard. And different from what we have just introduced, no matter 802.1x or PSK pre-shared, They are all authentication technologies. The ARP Guard is a network technology that to improve the network security, which is related to the ARP protocol. Firstly, do you know what's the function of ARP? Actually, ARP is a protocol which is used to find the MAC address of a specific IP. For example, now I need to encapsulate a packet, right? And in this packet or in the packet header, it should contain, for example, it should contain the source IP and source MAC, and then destination IP, destination MAC, right? This is basic information in the packet header. While among these four parameters, of course, source IP is IP address of the sender, right? Source MAC is a MAC address of the sender, while the destination IP address is normally knowing. For example, the packet is to 192.168.1.100, right? Or some other IP address. While the MAC address normally is unknowing. If we do not know the destination MAC address, we cannot encapsulate this packet. So ARP is used to ask for the MAC address at this part. Okay, this is a function of ARP. And since we have ARP guard here, so we can know that the ARP protocol is not secure. And let's see, by introducing the applicable scenarios here, you will know why it's not that secure. Scenarios with high mobility and uncertainty of various STAs, such as places many visitors, or squares, halls, meeting rooms, reception rooms, and so on. ARP Guard can effectively avoid address conflicts caused by private IP addresses used by various STAs, or ARP attacks launched by ARP viruses in the STA. It can prevent IP address conflicts caused by use of private IP addresses by the with users and network breakdown caused by ARP attack software. Because in some public network, some people will manually change the IP address of their equipment. For example, now in a wireless network, we have a lot of users, and normally all these users will get an IP address from the DHCP server, right? But if some of them have manually changed their IP address, for example, now this is a mobile, right? This is a mobile. And the IP address is 192.168.1.10, which is assigned by the DHCP server. And another is maybe 1.11. And here, this is 1.12. Okay. Now, in this network, there's no IP address conflict at all, but here comes a user. He will not use the IP address assigned by the DHCP server. He manually configured the IP address to be 192.168.1.11. So at this time, IP address conflict occurred in the network, right? Because we have two mobile with the same IP address, it will bring some problems to them. Okay, and the advantage of ARP Guard, it enhances WLAN security, prevents wireless STAs from using private IP addresses, avoids network breakdown caused by ARP attacks on the WLANs. While the disadvantage is it raises high performance requirement of wireless devices and consumes operation resources of wireless devices, and extra configuration is needed. But from here, you can see the disadvantage is acceptable. Right? If you are the administrator of the network, by some configuration, by using some operations resources, you can improve the network security. It's a good idea, I think, right? So ARP Guard is a very popular network security technology in the network. Okay, and then let's see the configuration key points. First, they enable DHCP snooping on AC and configuring trusted ports. IP DHCP snooping. By using this command, we can enable the DHCP snooping globally. And then interface gigabit Ethernet 01 IP DHCP snooping trust to specify a port to be the trusted port. If the port is a trusted port, when it receives some DHCP offer or DHCP packets from the other side of these ports, they will receive it. But if you have enabled the DHCP snooping and for example, let's see, this is AC. For example, this is AC, and this is the DHCP server. It's connected with AC, and the port here is G01. If you have enabled the DHCP snooping, while do not set this port G01 to be the trusted port, there will be some message exchanging between them. And once received, for example, the DHCP offer from the DHCP server, for example, this is a DHCP offer has been sent to the AC through G01, and this port is not a trusted port, so this packet will be blocked. Okay, only when you set this port to be the trusted port, it will receive the DHCP package from the server. Okay, this is about the first step. Enable DHCP snooping on the AC, configure trusted port. And then second, configure ARP Guard. Okay, and let's see, the first scenario, web authentication if it's disabled. So WLAN sec1, IP verify source port security. By using this command, we can enable the IP guard. And the ARP check, we can enable the ARP check to check the ARP packets. While if the web authentication is already enabled, the configuration is a little different. Web auth DHCP check. By using this command, we can check the DHCP with web authentication enabled. And HTTP redirect, direct ARP 192.168.51.1. By using this command, we can enable ARP on the wireless user gateway so that wireless SDAs can initiate HTTP requests. Because if you do not use this command, the HTTP request will be blocked because of the ARP check. Okay, and WLAN sec1 ARP check. So enable the ARP check in the WLAN security profile. Okay, and then after that, you should clear all the ARP entries and the proxy ARP table. Clear ARP cache, clear proxy ARP. And after you clear the ARP cache and the proxy ARP table, they will learn automatically. Okay, this is about the ARP Guard configuration. Two different scenarios, right? With web authentication is enabled or disabled. Okay, that's all for this part.